Hi, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how I use iDoceo with Google Classroom. So let's first of all jump into Google Classroom, and in here you can see that I've created a dummy class. There's one student in the class called test pupil, and I'm going to create an assignment for that pupil called test 1, and I'm going to attach a couple of resources. So into my Drive curriculum mapping resources for year 7, welcome to the department, lesson 1, and the Google Doc that I get them to fill in. So I'm going to change this to make a copy for each student, and then I'm going to add to the assignment the teacher presentation that the kids get to see as well. So resources, year 7, welcome, lesson 1, presentation, and let's just double check that that's view only, so students can view, and then assign. Okay, let's jump into iDoceo, and I'm going to add the Google Classroom that I've just created with the test student. There it is. And as you can see on the left hand side now, we have one student in this classroom, but nothing in our column headers at the top, which is different to the biology sample lesson here. So into the class, I'm going to add a Google Classroom column, and there's my newly published assignment called test 1. And it's finished syncing. Now, there's a difference here between the Google Classroom colours. A white Google Classroom colour means that it's a read-only column, and a green Google Classroom colour means that it's a read-write. So the difference there is, in Google Classroom, if I were to mark this piece of work for the student and give them 95 out of 100 here, I'm not going to return the work at the top. Jump back into iDoceo. I can now update this column here by going to Google Classroom and read from Google Classroom. And there's their feedback. It's 95 out of 100. Doesn't really mean much to the pupil though. So if I wanted to give some formative feedback to the pupil, I could, for instance, create a new header and call it test 1 feedback. And I'm just going to send that to Google Classroom. So a new assignment. This will publish a new assignment in Google Classroom called test 1 feedback. That's fine. We'll click OK. And as you can see there's the different colours, white and green. So green is the read-write, white is the read-only. So on that particular cell there for test pupil, test 1 feedback, I'm going to hold down and I'm going to click resources, and I can do an audio recording or record a video, take a photo, add some files or notes, add some different files that are on my iPad, or add cloud files from my Google Drive, but I'm just going to do an audio recording. So iDoceo would like to access microphone, that's fine, and click record. Great work there on that test document. Better luck next time. You almost had 100%. Stop recording, tick it, and now if we hold down on this column again, we can go to Google Classroom and send to Google. You'll upload the current grades to Google Classroom in test 1 feedback. So I'm going to upload the grades, resources and rubrics. There are no grades or rubrics on that column, so I'm just going to select it. And down below now you can see that iDoceo is communicating with Google Classroom, and it's sending the resources across to the classroom. So let's do a switch over to Classroom and go back and do a quick refresh. So here we have our test 1 and here we have our test 1 feedback. So if we go into our test 1 feedback for that particular student, we can now see that iDoceo has attached a resource here. Now the student on any device can click on that and it will begin to play in their headphones.